I'm not going to hold you long, but I wanted to have this talk, and hopefully we can have a great conversation here about what my topic is. With is you're sharing your mate. Would you share your mate? And so you know how I do it. I talk about what it is, what it's about, and I give uh, just ideas about why we do what we do. So I did this talk. I'm gonna go straight into this. I'm doing this talk because on social media, there's been in blogs and it's been on maybe Instagram, possibly TikTok, that they are talking about a young lady who was talking about she would share her husband with others so that they can experience a good man. Now, I feel like she you gotta remember a lot of people out here doing that because they're looking for ways to get attention, need attention, and they make up things to get you to click. So her actual reasoning didn't really give the reality of sharing. And so this is why I'm doing this talk. Is to help you all understand the difference of sharing a mate and what happens when you share a mate. Why do we share a mate? So let's get into that. So here's my thing. Let's get a clear understanding of what sharing a mate is. So those who don't know, we're gonna not saying you don't know. We just gotta make sure you know. Okay. So sharing a mate is when one person decide that they want to have more than one person within a relationship. And sometimes it's consensual. Most of the time, it usually is consensual, the ones that we're going to talk about. And that's what she is talking about. But those are those relationships where people get into relationships where you did not agree. But this is what we're talking about. This doesn't involve any form of cheating because you are allowing the action. Okay? Now, her talk was about experiencing a good man. And I'll explain it to you after I go into this. What she was actually really talking about was not what I'm talking to you about. So that's why I said she was kind of clickbaiting just to get you all to like what she had to say. So let's talk about what are types of shared relationships. So for you to understand it, you got to know what are shared relationships. So some shared relationships are the married relationships where they're don't tell, don't ask, which means you and the husband and the wife understand you are sharing someone else, but other people don't know. So it could be you are in a swinging type of relationship and you share each other in a swinging relationship. But that is when people get together and they swap and they switch. Okay? So that is a don't ask, don't tell type of relationship. All right? Then you have um, the polygamy. Now, polygamy is when there's one person with multiple spouses. And most of the time, men do this, and not women. I don't know if the percentage is low. It may probably be 1%, if that, that women choose to have multiple men because most of the time, most men are not gonna. Sorry, but most men are not gonna accept that. Okay, that's real talk. Let's just be honest. But then you have the polyamory type of relationship. That is when it is consensual and all parties are aware of each other and they agree to come together and be in a relationship. And that's like that comedian D. Ray Davis. He has 3 women. He doesn't hide it. When he goes out, when he travels, he takes his 3 women with him. So that's a polyamory relationship. They are consensual and they agree and they all live in this house together. Okay? And they all do different things, chores or whatever they come upon to agree. Okay? That's a polymory. Then you have your dating. And then you have those who are dating, who get into a relationship and they have one mate, but they'll let the other know if they meet someone else that they want to have a relationship with them, but they already have a relationship. It's just a consensual type of relationship. It, as you guys know me, I say that's not cheating. if you're single. You all have to just be upfront about the relationship you're in with someone. And if they can't accept that, then you shouldn't be in a relationship with them. Because it's unfair that it's okay for you to do it and it's not okay for her to do it. If that's not something you can agree upon, then you shouldn't be in that type of relationship. Okay? Now, why why would you share? What happens when people share? What causes you to share? A lot of time it has to do with self-esteem. It has to do with your confidence. And I'll explain, I'm just giving a few things about what puts a person in that situation. What does that? Your confidence, your fear of being alone. I talk about that all the time. The fear of that you think you need to be with someone. And so you have this fear of being alone. Um, you hope that eventually they may just see you and just want you. That they're no longer interested in any type of relationship, and then eventually that person will change their desires and their mind. Then you have that ride or die type of person. That means it doesn't matter to me. I don't care. I love you. I'm in love with you. I'm your ride or die chick. I'm gonna stay there until the wheels fall off. I'm not going anywhere. I'm cool with it. Let's do it. I don't care. So I'm just gonna deal with it. And then you have cultural reason and religious reason is the why some people share. Now, let's get into. We talked about why people share, but let's get into what is the reason that you end up accepting it. What causes you to really like? Why are you accepting it? Is the thing I'm going to say. It's almost like why do you not, meaning stay in it? Why do you stay in it? I don't know if I would say totally. It's like you are accepting it, but why do you stay? And I'm going to give a few reasons that I feel that you do this. Uh, and get this understanding. These are your choices. You're choosing to decide what makes you happy. And whatever reason that I give, it could be you and it may not. It's okay. You're choosing to be with who you want to be with, how you want to be with, and it's your choice. You don't have to let anybody know what you're doing. They don't have to know anything about the way you deal with your relationships. Period. You see? So you don't have to explain why you do and desire in relationships. You just don't. Okay? But I just want to explain what may cause you to stay. And these are just some things that I find as a reason that you may stay, and not saying that you have to leave. But these are my theories, being a loveologist, okay? So sometimes it has a do with your emotionally invested. And that was when I was talking about the married type of relationship and you decide to be swingers. Or you could be married and you stay for financial reasons, but you want to get a divorce, but you stay for financial reasons. So you do you and I do me, and we may still be together, okay? And you feel like you've invested so much time in that type of relationship. Why would you give it up? You're giving all the energy. You've done everything to make that relationship go, and it didn't, and you feel like why not stay? So you're emotionally invested, and so you feel like there's a deeper hope that things will shift. Maybe we'll get back together. Maybe we won't get a divorce. Maybe things will change, and so you stay emotionally because you feel like you invested years, and so you accept those type of shared relationships. Then you have a lack of, you think there's a lack of better options. And as I said earlier, why you share is your self-esteem. And you believe that you would, it'd be hard to find someone else. Um, it takes longer to have someone that have an interest in you. You may think you're older and don't think you have a better chance. You may be you're financially dependent, and so you think there's just I might as well accept what I'm in, and so you accept others. Okay, and so you want to stay for those reasons, and that again is a lot of time you think there's no options. Okay, the other one is you think you need to you may not be validated, and so you're sharing because and that's again that goes with the confidence that we go right back to this confidence things because you feel that you've proven your love for this person and you hoping that their love and will be loyal to you and so because you want to stay a part of it you don't want to let it go and so you stay because you want to continue to be validated within that relationship. And so therefore that confidence is a lack of confidence that you don't have. And so you just stay and pretty much accept it. Then you have that manipulating type of love. Uh, and I'm not trying to get on my men, but this is real talk. Sometimes my men, you all are manipulators. Now, I'm not saying women don't manipulate. Don't get me wrong. Now, don't get me caught up on words. Just understand that men manipulate their way into getting what they want. And so they end up talking their way into getting a person to agree to share a partner on the basis of love or sex. And it's the way you use your words, it's the way you say it, and you convince that woman that it's okay to share because of your reasons. You're not ready to be in no serious relationship, you're not ready to have multiple, to be by yourself. You want multiple friends so that you can enjoy life. And this is what you give. And it's a form of manipulation of how you say it. And that woman or man ends up agreeing to it. And so that is what I feel is the reason you stay. Somebody, manipulates you into it. And then you want to avoid conflict. You want to avoid conflict because you want that person and your self-esteem or your fear of being alone causes you to stay because you want to avoid the conversation about it, so you let that person continue to go on and be within that type of relationship. You just don't you're not going to have a discussion about this type of relationship with somebody when you know you're not going anywhere. You're going to stay in that relationship. So why are you going to have a confrontation about something that you're not going to change? You're going to stay right in it. And then some of you feel shame. You feel that you allow this man or woman to have other women and men, and that they're going to think less of you. And again, that comes with confidence. It comes with your confidence. But I just wanted to kind of, have this quick talk about it. And it's a talk that a lot of people fear talking about because it's happening. And it's happening because we got so much technology, so much social media that is so much out there that you see now versus what you only see in one city. You got me? Now you're seeing multiple men and women around the world, and you would feel that your options allows you, or you believe you should keep your option open, or you should allow more into your relationships. And this is why it's happening. So it was a good thing that I saw that article to do this talk about this, because if you want to be in a shared relationship, it's okay. My thing is you should have a conversation with that person because you never know if a person will or will not. So it's okay to be respectful enough to have that conversation with that person and to let them know, hey, this is your desire. Give a person an opportunity to continue in a relationship with you. And you have a better relationship because you made that person aware of the choice that you like to live. And that's okay. It's your choice. It's your decision. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? So I hope the information I gave you guys will help you out. I hope this was an enjoyable conversation. It was interesting. I'm gonna look more for what's going on out there and what they're talking about, so I can help you understand about love and relationship. Also, make sure you go in the link in the description and leave me a comment, and I'll give you some information on my upcoming site. I got that coming real soon, so watch out for it. So I appreciate you watching me, understanding about why people share and why they stay. So I hope that'll help you. If you make sure you rewind that, because it might be something that you don't mind and would enjoy being a part. Everything we do is a choice, so it's okay. Just make sure the choices that you make, that you have a conversation with the person that's in your life. Okay. So if you're single, you know how I said, just be patient. If you're looking for a mate, you don't have to share if that's what you choose not to do. You can be patient and wait for that person to come into your life. It's many people out here for you to love you. So just be patient. And if you are in a relationship, you guys know what I say. You got to keep it about peace, joy, and happiness. Don't let no one stress you. You got one life to live. Live it, enjoy it, and be happy. Okay? So thank you for joining me and watching. And I will be back. And we will talk about more about love, love, love.